Breaking news. After a mob storms the Dagestan airport looking for Israelis, Putin calls a meeting. The day after a mob stormed the airport in the region of Dagestan after a plane from the Israeli city of Tel Aviv landed there, Russian President Vladimir Putin called a meeting of top security and law enforcement officials. Russian media reported that late on Sunday, hundreds of men stormed the airport tarmac in Makhachkala, the region's capital and a place of worship for Muslims, in search of Israeli passengers. More than 20 people were injured, with 2 in critical condition, according to the Dagestan Ministry of Health. It was reported that both police officers and civilians were among the injured. 60 people, according to the local interior ministry, were detained during the unrest. It was unclear whether any of them had been charged, but Russia's investigative committee said it had launched a criminal investigation into allegations that they had organized mass unrest. Russian news outlets reported that the crowd had poured out onto the landing field and was surrounding an airplane from the Russian airline Red Wings. Photos and videos shared online showed some protesters trying to overturn a police car while waving Palestinian flags. Others carried signs reading, "We are against Jewish refugees," and "Child killers are not welcome in Dagestan." Some people in the crowd looked through the passports of arriving passengers, presumably to spot any Israelis among them. The riot was put down at a later time. According to Rosaviatsia, Russia's civil aviation authority, the Makhachkala airport will be closed until Tuesday at 3 a.m. The Kremlin on Monday blamed the unrest on outside interference, and Putin's spokesman Dmitry Peskov said the meeting will discuss attempts by the West to use the events in the Middle East to divide Russian society. It is well known and obvious that yesterday's event around the Makhachkala airport is largely the result of outside interference, including information influence from outside, Peskov said at his daily news conference. On Monday, the Russian state news agency RIA Novosti quoted Dagestan's governor, Sergei Melikov, as saying that traitors, based in Ukraine were behind the unrest by orchestrating it through a Telegram channel. Independent Russian news source Mediazona reports that local Telegram channels in Dagestan warned of an impending arrival of refugees from Israel prior to the unrest. Mediazona claims that ex-lawmaker Ilya Ponomaryov, now living in Ukraine, founded one such channel and is involved in a guerrilla movement inside Russia. The Associated Press was unable to verify the story independently. Ponomaryov has stated that he is cutting all ties with the network. To advance its role as a global power broker and challenge Western efforts to isolate it over Ukraine, Russia has issued carefully calibrated criticism of both sides in the war between Israel and Hamas. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office issued a statement following the unrest in Dagestan, saying that Israel expects the Russian law enforcement authorities to protect the safety of all Israeli citizens and Jews wherever they may be and to act resolutely against the rioters and against the wild incitement directed against Jews and Israelis. The Israeli envoy in Russia is cooperating with the Russian government to ensure the safety of Israelis and Jews, according to Netanyahu's office. While the regional government of Dagestan expressed support for Palestinians in Gaza, it urged its citizens to maintain calm and refrain from joining the demonstrations. Dagestan's top imam, Sheikh Ahmad Effendi, has issued a similar call for calm. "We feel and appreciate your outrage immensely. Our approach to this problem will be unique. No rallies necessary, just do it right." In a video message shared on Telegram, he urged viewers to remain calm and patient. The governor of Dagestan, Melikov, said on Telegram that the violence at the airport was outrageous and should receive an appropriate assessment from law enforcement agencies, and that those responsible would face repercussions.